Hey, this is the Daily Overpass. My name is Eric and I make apps. Now, today's question, do you have to be good at math to be a programmer? So recently, I was having a conversation with a student in secondary school, and I asked a question that a lot of grown-ups ask kids that I used to hate when grown-ups would ask me, which was, so what do you plan on doing in the future? What do you want to do when you grow up, right? And the answer was typical, was I haven't really decided, I'm not quite sure. And, you know, when you're that age, 15, 16, 17, you don't really know what you want to do. You have some ideas, but you don't know if they're practical, so you just hedge your bets and everything like that. So I obviously said, you should get into computers. You should be a programmer. I'm a programmer. I love doing it. And she said, yeah, but I think you have to be good at math. Don't you have to be good at math to be a programmer? And then I stopped and I thought about it. I thought, I've never considered myself good at math. In school, I was never good at math. But I know other people who have been. So I wanted to put this question out to you guys. Do you think you have to be good at math to be a programmer? Because I seem to have gotten by pretty well without being good at it, although I do use math more now than I ever have before. Like about 10 years ago, I was working in an investment bank with a lot of really smart people. Although you'd be surprised when somebody throws out a question, like they're trying, hang on a second, what's 57 plus 28? How embarrassingly long it takes for somebody to come up with the answer. And usually one of us will we'll just give up and open up calculator on our computer or our phone anyway. But they're still really smart. I was having lunch with a colleague, and she was saying that the night before she had gone out to dinner with some friends from university, and they were talking about how many digits they know into pi. And she said, I have one friend who's memorized 20 digits into pi. She says, but I only know 7, so it's a bit embarrassing. And then she said, how many do you know? And I said, I know 2. I know 3.14. That's all I know. That's all I bothered to learn, right? In fact, I went to university after the Army. I went to college, community college first, and then to university after the Army. And in order to take an algebra course, the required algebra course, I had to take remedial algebra. So I had to take a remedial algebra course in community college, and it wasn't worth any credits. But I can remember spending ages doing parabolic equations, being able to draw a parabolic curve with an equation. And to this day, I have no idea what that's for. I mean, maybe a client will call me up one day and say, we need someone who could do parabolic equations, but I doubt that's ever going to happen. However, since becoming a computer programmer, the whole variables thing, why that letter would equal a number, and it could be any number, that makes total sense now. But, and I use math a lot in terms of, I know this space has to be 1,000 pixels wide, so where should I place this button, that kind of stuff. So I'm always adding and subtracting, but a lot of stuff I don't really know. But there have been some situations where, especially doing game development, when you know that you have 30 frames per second, the character needs to move this amount of pixels in a certain direction, but if the screen resolution is that, you have all these different things to consider, that kind of thing. I think game development uses math a lot more, and especially low-level programming. But some of you guys may disagree with this, but in my opinion, with all the frameworks that we have out there, with all the different tools that we have, and a lot of computer programming is no longer the lower level mathematics that it once was, but it can be. It depends on what you're doing. That you could get by with not being very good at math and getting into computer programming and doing a really good job at it. And it was just strange to hear somebody say that. And I've heard several people say that in the past. Oh, you have to be good at math to be in programming, don't you? And I don't think you do. I think, well, I've gotten by pretty well, but my degree was in history, and if you had a computer science degree, you may be a better programmer than me. I hesitate to say, no, you don't have to be good at math to be a good programmer, because I'm not good at math, because then somebody's going to follow up with, yeah, but you're not a good programmer, which, touche. But anyway, my question to you guys is, what do you think? Because I don't think it's as important as it once was, but do you think it's important to be good at math to be a programmer? Anyway, I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. That is it for today. I'll talk to you guys again tomorrow.